Well, it is so good to be back on the program to talk about such important issues today as the popping of balloons. Alpha Joe Biden has popped the Chinese balloon, and Trumpists are furious. Why are they furious? Well, it's not even clear that they know. Oh boy. I want to make clear that for me, this story is really about the meta narrative. In other words, there is a hilarious story here that has developed, and it is the story being told about the story being told about this Chinese surveillance balloon. And so we're not really talking about the balloon per se, but we're talking about the narrative of the balloon. And the story in reality is not really about Joe Biden or Donald Trump, but there is something so funny about right wingers spending a couple of days saying weak beta Joe Biden isn't going to do anything about the balloon. Biden orders the balloon blown up. And then we found out that similar balloons, maybe the same balloon, actually crossed over U.S. territory 3 times when Donald Trump was president. Now, that being said, I'm not going to tell you anything we don't believe to be true. It seems right now that Trump was not actually told about that. Now, this is the subject of some controversy, and we're going to talk about it. But it seems as though the latest claims are the Trump administration, or Trump specifically, was not actually told about this during his administration. And so we will get to that. The Associated Press has a worthwhile article if you want to get caught up on this. Balloon bickering over Biden's actions and China's intentions. The article reads, Republican lawmakers Sunday accused China of deliberately surveilling sensitive U.S. military sites with a suspected spy balloon, and said the Biden administration had given Beijing an intelligence opening by not downing the balloon during its high altitude drift during American airspace. Now, understand that if you down the balloon while it is over U.S. land, it's extraordinarily dangerous. And so there was a decision made to wait until it was over water. And that is when the balloon was popped. And this is actually what we are talking about here. China, meanwhile, accused the U.S. of indiscriminate use of force when the American military shot it down. The vice foreign minister said he lodged a formal complaint with the U.S. embassy. Very, very aggressive. They are not happy about it. Then there is an article from Business Insider. Republicans are blaming Biden for letting a suspected Chinese spy balloon cross into the U.S. It happened 3 times during the Trump administration, officials say. Would Trump have let China fly a spy balloon over our country? Tweeted Jim Jordan. Chinese spy balloons were sighted 3 times during the Trump administration. Now, I tweeted yesterday that the story was there's a Chinese balloon over U.S. airspace. MAGA says Biden won't blow it up. Biden blows it up. MAGA says big deal. Any president would have blown it up. And then we learned actually it flew over U.S. airspace 3 times under Trump, and Trump didn't blow it up. It is believed right now that the Chinese spy balloons that flew over U.S. airspace under Trump were not discovered until Trump was no longer in office. And if that's the case, my tweet yesterday was based on the information we had then, and we've since learned more. So you don't need to include that to realize the absurdity of the story about the story. The story about the story is Trump tough on China, Biden weak on China. That's the meta narrative that exists here. In reality, what we have is Biden immediately went to military advisors, was told we can pop it, but it could actually hurt people if we did it while it was over land. So if you give the order, sir, you can give the order for us to pop it when it's not over land, over water. Took a couple of days for it to reach that position, and then it was indeed popped. Trump did not do anything like that about these balloons. Our best information now is that Trump didn't have that opportunity, and that's perfectly fine. But the story of Biden very, very weak on China, Trump very, very strong on China, continues to fall apart. And something about this balloon story has massively triggered Donald Trump. Let's see if we can figure out what it is. Did you know that half of Americans are deficient in vitamin A, vitamin C, and magnesium? Most Americans are deficient in vitamin D. I take vitamin D during the winter. It is sometimes difficult to eat exactly the right amount of each food to get exactly what you need. I just make my life simpler with AG1 by Athletic Greens. In the morning, 1 scoop of AG1. I get the entire day's worth of 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. It's what I want. It's no more. It's no less. It's not making any outlandish claims. It's just an easy, sustainable routine. I've tried different ways of taking vitamins. AG1 is cheaper. It's quicker. It's tastier. I'm not fumbling around with different capsules. It tastes great to drink straight with water. Sometimes I'll put it in a smoothie or shake. It's simple. It's something easy you can do going into the new year, staying properly nourished. Athletic Greens is giving my audience a free year's supply of vitamin D. I take that every day in winter. Plus, you'll get 5 free travel packs of AG1. Go to athleticgreens.com/Pacman. The link is down below.